Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Cowboys. And no, not the John Wayne movie. This new modern film focusing on a well-intentioned, loving father who definitely has his own demons, who winds up taking his son, who is a trans boy, away from his mother off into the wilderness of Montana because he really wants to give him a life so he can be who he is. And this film, it's like an hour and 23 minutes, but it packs a lot into it. And this film, directed by Anna Kerrigan, who has a few films under her belt, but this definitely seems like this is her biggest undertaking up to this point, has a lot to say. And in very broad strokes, it has a lot of commentary on trans acceptance and mental illness and alcoholism and abuse and all kinds of different things, which it goes into more depth on certain things than it does others and can feel a little on the nose at times. But in general, I love this film. I was hooked, line and sinker. There's a charm to it. There's an endearing nature to it. Kerrigan does such a great job of being able to make a connection for both of these parents who are both very flawed. And right at the center, you have Joe, this young boy who, born a girl, and realizes that he is a boy. And how both of his parents take that. There's one particular scene where Joe comes out to his father, and it's really powerful, and it's meaningful. And Sasha Knight, who plays Joe, is great in this role and gives a really great performance for a young actor in portraying this complex character and the complex things that Joe has to go through, and is very earnest in it and very real. And Joe's a little mature beyond Joe's years because both of Joe's parents have their own issues. You have the bigger character played by Steve Zahn, who has definitely, in the past couple years, been making a great name for himself after years of just being like the guy from Daddy Daycare and from Sahara. But like with War for the Planet of the Apes, Dallas Buyers Club, and you have this with this central role, he's great. And he deals with ups and downs in his mental health. He loses his medication at one point, so then he's just going these ups and downs, this mania and these depths that he is mentally. And Zahn is able to capture all that, and is also able to capture the warmth and caring of this son of his that comes out to him. And it takes him a moment to realize it, but you can tell there's such love there that he would accept his child anyway. And that's the most endearing thing about him. But he's not the most responsible parent, and really shouldn't be doing this on his own, especially after he loses his meds. And that causes some issues because he's very erratic. And then you have Jillian Bell, who's great and plays the mother who really is struggling with coming to grips with what happens. And it leads to some hard to watch scenes in terms of shutting down her own child and who her child really is. But she is the responsible one. She's the one that probably should be raising the child. But I think they, in a weird way, these two shouldn't be together as a married couple, but they both need to be there for this child in that certain way. And there's a wonderful moment of a little shopping spree that the Jillian Bell's character goes on after some realizations. That's a really touching moment. This film's very endearing and very touching and very emotional and hits on a lot of different things. It doesn't pull punches. It might be a little too blunt at times in what it's trying to say, with a lack of finesse in some ways, but everything is working, and this feels like a American out west, like Hunt for the Wilder People in a way. It's not as quirky and sassy and Kiwi as Hunt for the Wilder People, but it has that same basic idea of like going off and being chased. Like Ann Dowd is in this, who's great in so many things like Handmaid's Tale, and she is this cop who's out trying to find them, and you have all these different moving pieces, and it makes best use of its nonlinear storytelling in an effective way. It feels earned, you pull back layers, and you start to realize the bigger picture. And also, this has a great score composed by Gene Back, and feels very westerny. It sets the tone, which also matches John Wakayama Carey's cinematography, which is absolutely gorgeous. You capture Montana so beautifully in so many different shots, and you can see why they want to escape into it. This peaceful, beautiful place where Joe can be who Joe is. And throughout this journey, I was hooked, line and sinker, the whole entire time. I absolutely love this film. I didn't get a chance to see it at the Philly Film Festival. I'm hoping next year to take advantage of Philly Film Festival. Really wasn't there financially this year, so I'm glad that I got to see this after it came out in VOD. And it's there right now. So go check out this little gem called Cowboys. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.